Hi everyone, different sort of mini lecture this week. This week we've got an incredible range of prizes, hardly lift them, wonderful expense of various Australian sport books for the first person, or if you really can't do it by yourself, the first couple, to send in results which show that they've achieved more than anyone else in the class. So they have to be in by, let's say, 5 o'clock tomorrow. You have to send me an email just with your score. So here we go. Number one question. Forward and the summer of cricket. You all remember it well. The Australian team did so well. But who sponsored the 2020 cricket? Which takeaway chain, and there's an easy one, which takeaway chain sponsored the 2020 cricket this season? Number two. Listen carefully and write these down, I suggest, because they serve two purposes. One, you can then put them in order, but two, it will help you with the various work that we're going to do on the sponsorship proposals this week. So write these down and then you must put them in order. Identifying the sponsor as a target market, servicing the sponsor, identifying your sport product, measurement of the sponsor impact, sponsorship impact, and presenting a sponsorship proposal. So we've got identifying the sponsor, servicing the sponsor, identifying the sport product, measurement of the sponsor impact, and presenting the proposal. Those are out of order. You have to put them in order and tell me what that order is. Number three, on page 16 of the City News, February 25th to March the 3rd this year, was an item. A crazy costume competition has been introduced as part of the fashion on the field, in time for the Canberra wine, K-A-N-B-E-R-R-A, wine, Black Opal Stakes on March the 7th. Which sport are we talking about? What sport secured that sponsorship? Number four, the Hawks, the Hawthorn Footy Club, is sponsored by an international sportwear group. Which, among a range of other sponsors, is this sportswear group? Number five, the Brumbies have a deal at the moment called the Brumbies Mobile Plan. Who is the sponsor of this? Number six, the Super 14 competition, the Rugby Super 14 competition, has which sponsor? Number seven, easy, aren't they? I can imagine you sitting back just being so confident. On the Manly Sea Eagles site, Coca-Cola is shown as one of many sponsors. But was Pepsi ever featured in Manly Sea Eagles advertising? Did Pepsi ever sponsor the Manly Sea Eagles? A very simple answer, and for those of you with incredible eyesight, might even have a little help here, briefly, not going to hold it up for too long. Next one, the Brumbies have a CA as their primary sponsor. True or false? The Brumbies' main sponsor is CA, which stands for Computer Associates. Is that their principal partner, their primary sponsor, or not? True or false? Number nine, the NRL has certain media partners. Name the media partners of the NRL who reputedly earn $100 million through the NRL gets the money, of course, the 100 million. Number 10 question, the AFL has media partners. Who are their media partners? And their sponsorship is worth up to 780 million according to the newspaper. Number 11, BHP Billiton is an Australian company. Now they sponsored in Canada, so there's a clue, the 2010 World Junior Championships. In which sport? So here we have an Australian company in Canada expanding into the market, sponsoring World Championship in which sport for the juniors? Number 12, the AFL Grand Final Sprint. That's when you have the AFL Grand Final and you have this special sprint race between guys from different clubs. When you hit the tape, what sponsor's name is on the tape? And if you think, sometimes it's so close it could be a close shave. Next one, number 13. What company is JELD WEN, Geraldwin, who are the sponsors of St Kilda. What sort of company are they? I don't mean are they a good company or bad company. What do they sell? What do they market? Significant sponsors. Number 14, Transact and RSM Bird Cameron are sponsors of the Canberra Capitals basketball team. True or false? Number 15, which sports drink sponsor has just withdrawn its sponsorship of Tiger Wood? There is a major sports sponsor in the field of sport drinks, but they've just withdrawn a major sponsorship for Tiger Wood. Who are they? Number 16, sorry. Who sponsored the Australian TV show The Greatest Athlete Australia? Now if you think after spending a lot of energy, have your shower, then you might use this product. Who sponsored the Australian TV show The Greatest Athlete Australia? Next one, number 17. Saw Michael Hussey recently interviewed on television. He had a cap on, as all these players do, with the sponsor name. It was an international sponsor's logo. Was it Adidas, Puma or Nike that the Australian player had on his cap? Number 18. In 2009, the Australian national women's football team, the soccer team, their competition, the Australian-wide national competition, was known as the Something League. Who were the sponsors? What was the league called? Number 19, the Australian national men's football team, the Socceroos, have which firm as their national team sponsor? Number 20, the Sydney Swans AFL team have two major sponsors on their playing strip in the NAB Cup, the NAB Cup. It's just currently being completed as a sort of pre-season competition. The two sponsors are City, CITI, and QBE. Or are they? True or false? Number 21. If they were those two sponsors, then what are their business interests? So you've got CITI and you've got QBE. You have to give both fields of business that those are in. Number 22, the South Sydney Rabbitohs, great soccer club, have which firm as their sponsors? Give you a clue, it's an airline sponsoring South Sydney Rabbitohs. Number 23, the number of sponsors at the 1976 Olympics, and this is quite dramatic, this in the next question. The number of sponsors at the 1976 Olympics were 48, 188, 328 or 628. So the number of sponsors, 1976 Olympics, 48, 188, 328 or 628. Number 24, the number of sponsors at the 1984 Olympics, only 8 years later, was 32, 432 or 832. Number 25, you viewed a video of an international sport marketing company and management company talking about their sponsorship of Wimbledon. Name that company. Number 26, the Cricket Australia website lists one bank at the top of their sponsors list. What's the name of that bank? And number 27, the shirt I've got on has a sponsor's logo and a certain country that plays rugby and invariably seems to end up in the semi-finals at least, or sometimes finals of the Rugby World Cup. So on my shirt, who is the sponsor and which country does the shirt come from? So good luck with that range of questions, a little bit different from usual. So I hope you enjoy it, and don't forget, any email, I'll take your word for it because you're such an honest, trustworthy group. Any email that comes in before 5 o'clock tomorrow is in for the draw for the prizes. So I just want to know your total, let me know. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow in the lecture.